8 free or cheap things to do in Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World is a magical place, but it can also be very expensive,
Can be very expensive.
It is
very expensive. But we're going to name some things that you can do that aren't, some are free, some cost you a little bit of money, but it's very affordable to do.
We think it's worth the price.
Definitely worth the price. Some of these things on this list are going to be things that you're going to have to go explore yourself, but then you're going to have to pay for. But we think that you paying for these things, like number 4 on the list, is something that you got to pay for, but it's very underrated.
So first things off, number 1, this is exploring the resorts. Now, a lot of people don't know that you can actually explore the Walt Disney World resorts without actually being a guest. This can definitely vary depending on capacity at each resort. The monorail type resorts, so for instance, the Polynesian Village, the Contemporary, or the Grand Floridian, aren't as easy to do, mainly because they don't want guests parking there and then going to the parks. But depending on the gate agent or if you have a reservation, you can certainly go and spend the day just going to and checking out each resort around the loop. It's so much fun to do and a great way to just see everything.
Yeah, one of the things that we did too when it was busy, we valeted our car. And if you valet your car at Disney, you get to use that valet at any resort that has valet throughout that day. So say you go to the Polynesian and it says, you know what, you can't get in today because it's full. You can valet your car, go check out the Polynesian, and then you can go to the Floridian, and you don't have to pay any extra. You already paid for the valet. You get to valet your car there. Just give the guy a tip or the gal a tip, and then you can explore that resort. So that's a way around it that's less expensive. It's still a price, but it's not a fee.
Yeah, or less work, right? Because you can always go down to Disney Springs and take any resort bus back to the resort that you want to check out. I really recommend doing it, especially if you're going during the holidays. It's really awesome to see all the different resorts, the Christmas trees that they put out, the decorations. During Easter, they have eggs, like the decorated chocolate eggs, just a lot of things that it's very entertaining and it doesn't cost you any money.
Every time I think of transportation around Disney property and trying to figure out, like, everything is figure outable.
Yeah.
You can get from any point to any point. You just have to do the math and figure out, all right, which bus route do I have to take to which area, and then transfer the bus. I always get the picture of that guy with all the math equations going on over his head. And you're
Too
like,
complex.
Yeah, I'm at Colorado Springs and I want to get over to Animal Kingdom. What do I have to do? Or what hurdles do I have to jump over in order to do that? And the equations are just going in the background in my head. Number
2, riding the monorail or the Skyliner. That's something that I think nowadays people forget it even exists, and it's an attraction on its own. Yes, it's a means to get around to the Disney theme parks, but it can also be a very cheap way, free way to get some entertainment while you're at Disney World.
Bonus for me is going on the Skyliner when it's a slower period, maybe midday.
Yes.
Because you get to go in the Skyliner probably alone as your family by themselves. And seeing the Skyliner when you're alone is an attraction without having to be in a park.
Absolutely.
In the monorail, you very rarely get to be inside of the monorail with nobody else around you. But if you time it right on the Skyliner, you get to be on the Skyliner and kind of see the property from above without having anybody else be around you. And if you're an introvert like me, that's the best feeling in the world.
Really is. Get a coffee at any of the carts outside of the Skyliner, and you get to enjoy a cool drink or a hot drink while you see and take in all the magnificent views around Walt Disney World. It's pretty amazing.
Very underrated.
Definitely. Number 3, watch the fireworks. So there's fireworks that happen. You can be near Epcot, outside of Epcot. You can be, again, back to the monorail resort loop. So you can, if you can enjoy the fireworks or the water pageant, if you're at the Polynesian Village Resort, it's just a really great, fun way to have a very good time for free. And actually, one time we were even outside of the property, you could still see the fireworks happen just outside of the Disney parks.
You know what? Another thing, too, if you valet your car, say it costs $40 to valet your car, right? You're a family, you're going to Disney. There is no fireworks show that compares to a Disney fireworks show on a regular basis.
Right.
So if you commit to say, you know, I'm going to pay that $40 valet, I'm going to go be able to walk into the Polynesian, watch the fireworks, and then watch the water pageant, for that $40, your family got a great night. It's the equivalent of going to the movies for 1 or 2 people.
Next one on the list, visit the water parks. Disney has 2 incredibly themed water parks, Blizzard's Beach, Typhoon Lagoon. You can purchase a day pass, and they're not that expensive, and they are a full day experience, even though when you look at the times, you think oh, it doesn't appear to be such a long day. You know, if there's days where it's open, let's say 9 to 5 or 10 to 5, you're not thinking, well, am I really getting my value if I have to wrap it up at 5 p.m.? But I guarantee you it is a full day experience. When you're done at any Disney water park, you feel exhausted.
It's a good exhausted, though. It's almost like the saying that we have is there's no tired like Disney tired, and there's no place that makes you feel Disney tired without doing much like a Disney water park.
And they're so themed that we have had trips where we've gone and we didn't do any other theme park other than Typhoon Lagoon, and we felt like we got that Disney experience, and we felt like we had some of that Disney magic right with us without spending so much money on a park ticket.
Yeah, and you think that it's going to be an early night, and it is, but it's very fun. And between the sun and the water and all of that in between with the slides, it really does kind of wipe you out for the day.
And you can pack your own food. They welcome you bringing any food in as long as it's not in glass. You can do that, so you don't have to spend money dining on the food options at any of these water parks. So you really can make it a very inexpensive, fun day for your family.
Yeah, and tickets are very cheap compared to how much a Universal or Disney regular park ticket is.
Right.
The tickets to the theme parks and the water parks are very inexpensive.
Number 5, play mini golf. There's Disney's Fantasia Gardens, Disney's Winter Summerland, 2 miniature golf courses on property, and again, back to being really incredibly themed. You get that Disney magic, that Disney love right there, and it's not expensive, and it's a really fun course to enjoy.
And is there anything better than being a little bit competitive when you're on vacation? If you're a family like us that likes to beat each other at games and sports, you know, you need to sometimes get that competitive drive going with your family. It's all fun and games to hang out and have a great time, but then you need to beat somebody at something at some point in your vacation.
Yeah, that ego steps in. You gotta make it happen.
Are you really on vacation if you didn't beat your fellow sibling or spouse at an event,
right?
That you can brag about for the rest of the time?
That's it. You could do that during mini golf. You can actually do that at Blizzard's Beach too. You know, there's some competition happening at certain water slides if you really want to do that.
True.
That's really fun. But yes, a really inexpensive way. And again, really themed very well. So you don't necessarily have to go to a theme park to really feel that Disney experience.
So if you go to play miniature golf and you win, loser has to buy you something at number 6.
Number 6, shop at Disney Springs, or like we do often just to be very cheap, is just to window browse and window shop at Disney Springs. Disney Springs, it's just located just outside the Magic Kingdom. It's super easy to get to. Parking is plentiful. There's multi-levels of parking. It's super easy. And you don't necessarily have to buy anything to go there. And a lot of people don't know, though, that as of now, still, parking is free. So you can really have a good day enjoying. We like to go park at Disney Springs. We like to go to the right-hand side, whereas the Disney's Village Marketplace, where there's a lot more to see without spending a lot of money. You really get that old-fashioned Disney, downtown Disney that I remember, Disney Marketplace, and have a great time.
And there's a lot of food options at Disney Springs as well. And back to my equation about hopping around the resorts.
Yes.
If you want to park at Disney Springs for free, you can hop on any of the buses. They go to all the resorts. If you want to explore any of those resorts, this is a great base to kind of start that exploration at.
I love it there. It's so much fun. But number 7 is probably my favorite now because it's it's how Disney Springs used to be, in my opinion. But this is number 7 is visit the Boardwalk.
Yeah, if you want to relax and experience Disney how you think it would feel back in the 50s or 60s, go to the Boardwalk. If you want to buy stuff, go to Disney Springs.
The energy is much different at Disney Springs. The Disney's Boardwalk is much more relaxing. You get to enjoy the amazing atmosphere. It's super fun to watch even the street performers that are there and just see the boats going back and forth. And then this is a good place if you want to stay and watch the Epcot fireworks. You're right there.
Yeah, or if you want to hop on the Skyliner, or if you want to rent a Surrey bike and ride around the lake there, that's another thing that you could have a competition with your family. Back to me competing with my family on everything.
This is the theme of this.
Listen, you got to have some sort of competition. It keeps your juice flowing.
Keeps you young, I guess.
And if then after you've burnt the calories of riding the Surrey bike around racing your family, you stop and you get an ice cream at the ice cream shop.
It's a perfect evening. I like to visit the Boardwalk at night because I think it definitely, you could go during the day, but to me at night, it's just a little bit more magical. The waters on the lake just glisten just right, and eating that ice cream, it doesn't feel guilty. Just a really fun evening. I love
agree.
it. All right, number 8. This is the last one. Book a carriage ride. Not a lot of people know that there are special experiences that you can do in Walt Disney World, and you don't necessarily have to be staying at that particular resort. So one, for an example, is Port Orleans Riverside, and you can book a carriage ride for your family. It's inexpensive compared to all the other things that you can do in Walt Disney World. And don't forget that you can bring your whole family onto this carriage ride and enjoy a very nice, really beautiful evening around the resort. So it's a really good, I think, option.
And it's, if someone's having an anniversary or a birthday, what an amazing thing to get them for their birthday or anniversary than a carriage ride around a Disney resort.
You know, and sometimes it's these little things, right? They don't have to necessarily be all day or hours upon hours of an adventure to really be memorable. And that's the key, in my opinion. That's unlocking the magic. It's really being in the moment. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to worry too much about planning, but you really truly need to be in the moment to have those special memories and carve out that time. So when you're home, you can reflect back on the good times.
Yeah, taking pictures and videos is great too, because then you get to reflect on those memories later. And some of our best memories of family events is, it was in the moment, but it's also being at home, remembering those times that we had by watching the videos and looking at the photos that we took while we were there.
So that's going to do it.
Thank you so much. That's the video. We hope you enjoyed this one. If there's anything that you love to do that's free or cheap, throw it in the comments below.
In Walt Disney World.
And listen, anywhere, right?
Oh,
Anywhere in
gosh.
the world. We're always open to free or cheap things to do, no matter where you are. But
Okay.
specifically, Walt Disney World. Throw it in the comments below. Let us know what you think of this video. Give it the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to check out our podcast, see the description. We put a link to that there. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.